Hi everyone, I am Aziz from Nellore, international rated chess player and also Nellore's #1 rating chess player. I am going to share you some chess lessons on end games. So here the important one is queen versus pawn. I have shared some lessons on my blog also, and now coming to YouTube. So I am going to share some of the positions on queen versus pawn ending. Normally, if the pawn is in third rank or fourth rank, fifth rank, it will be clear win for white. White can easily win the game. But here the problem is the pawn is in second rank or for white the pawn on seventh rank. So here the pawn is on second rank, which is most problematic. Black is going to be queen in one move. So how white has to stop the pawn? There is a simple method. With one queen you can't stop this, and with one queen it is impossible to checkmate. So here we need king support, king help. Actually, if you bring the king, what will happen? The pawn will promote it to queen. It's going to be a draw. So there is a method. Method is try to give checks and send the king to d1 square so that the pawn is blocked. So play queen e4 check. Now the king won't go to d1. If the king goes to d1, the pawn is blocked and you can bring the king to g6. So king will go to b2. Yeah, try to reach closer. Yeah, queen d3, the pawn is in trouble. So black has to save the pawn by playing king c1. After king c1, now we should not bring the king. If we bring the queen, pawn promoted to queen and it's a draw. So play queen c3 check. The king has to play d1. If king d1, the pawn is blocked. So you can observe the pawn is blocked. With the pawn, it's not possible to get the queen because the black king is blocking the pawn move. So now we can bring the king e2. Again, the idea is trying to get the queen. So we have to repeat the same procedure by attacking king. Queen e4, e5 check, king f2. Again, come closer. Queen f4 check, king e2, queen e4 check, king f2. Now queen d3. So after queen d3, the pawn is in trouble, and now black has to save the pawn. King e1. After king e1, again we have to give check, queen e3 check. Queen e3 check. Now the king has to play d1. See, the pawn is blocked. So bring the king. Again king c2. Now same procedure, repeat. Queen c5 check, king b2, queen d4 check. It is attacking the king and also attacking the pawn. The king has to play c2. After king c2, play queen c4. Now king b2. You can play queen d3. See, you can observe the queen came like this. I'm sorry. Queen came like this. Now the pawn is in trouble. So black has to play king c1 to save the pawn. Again queen c3 check. Now so black has to play king d1. So after king d1, king e4. Now king e2, play queen e3 check. King f1 means you can capture the d2 pawn. So king d1. Now the pawn is blocked and the king is the king reaches d3 square and easily attacks d2. So after king d3, the pawn is two attacks on this pawn, only one support. So king c1 and you can catch this queen to d2 check. The king b1, king moves to b1. And you can observe there is only 2 squares left for black king. The black king has to dance in these 2 squares. It's trapped almost. And play king c3. Idea to checkmate the king. King a1, queen b2 checkmate. It's quite simple in queen versus pawn on 7th rank, and which is a center pawn. I mean, a king or queen pawn. 1 second. Yeah. So this is the queen pawn, and king pawn. For king and queen pawns are same. We have to follow this method. For knight pawn is also same. For knight pawns also same. So king center pawns or knight pawns, we have to follow this method. We have to follow this method, and we can gain the pawn, and we can do checkmate. But for bishop pawn, and for rook pawn, it is quite different. And I'm going to explain about bishop pawn and rook pawn also. There is some winning zone. So if the king is inside the winning zone, the king is outside